Hey there everybody, it's me back again. I'm just in the mood to do videos, so I'm doing another one. This toy I'm about to review is good and bad, give or take. It's certainly better than the last toy I reviewed, that god-awful Megatron. And it's on what side you're arguing a good and bad toy. Once again, it all depends on what side you're arguing. Now, this was attached to a gimmick, and the gimmick's not as intrusive as some people think, but when I tried it on this figure, now the gimmick won't work. So, I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. But when I tried it on my figure for the very first time, it apparently has broken the gimmick. And yep, I just tried forcibly moving it, and it is not working. And the toy I'm talking about is Transformers Cybertron Buzzsaw. Now, Buzzsaw is based off the Armada Cyclonus mold, and you may be noticing he's missing his missiles. When I got this guy, I got him actually off of a close friend, and this is all I got. I got one missile, one key, and the missile's unanimous, works on both sides. And clicks in. He actually left it in the one arm for a very long time, so the spring on that one arm is all but dead. Here, I'll show you. See, there it is, and then here's the missile firing. It just doesn't fire with any oomph at all, and it's all it does. All putting the key in does is press a button, and it doesn't do anything. And then compared to the other side, it's actually very. Once I figure out, here we go. Once I figure this out, here I can actually remove the arms on this guy. It makes it a lot easier. Anyway, there we go. He's actually nicely colored and molded. He's got a lot of detail, a lot of nice detail. The back thruster piece comes off for whatever reason, and it's got opposable wings. I don't know why this comes off. I honestly don't. I think it might have been because I don't think this piece was here on the original, but I'm pretty sure it was. And this guy is loaded to the teeth with gear. And the gimmick I'm talking about, the inside gimmick here. For whatever reason, whenever I spin this blade, that's also supposed to be spinning. And it doesn't spin because I tried putting this minicon on it, like so. Because you can clip this kind of minicon on because it's got the inner gear system, and firing it is supposed to fire the guns. And it doesn't do that. I broke my toy. I tried taking it apart to see what was wrong, and I don't know. So, I've actually got one other figure that is the gear-based, and that's this guy. I'm going to turn him around, I guess. And he's got like a rescue. He would have a rescue winch, but the string on this one long since gone. But the wheel's there. Anyway, this is the sound of absolute murder and death. It's an awful sound, but luckily we don't have to hear it. But yeah, he's loaded with guns. Like when you pull it. Before I broke the gimmick, this would turn, and it still opens up for the Power Link gimmick with Cyclonus and his minicon. But again, this guy's loaded with weaponry. Like, you pull that down, he's got two little guns underneath the carriage, two main guns. You can see his fists, and you got two other guns. And he's asymmetrical. On this side it's kind of rounded, on this side it isn't. Up top, he's got this molded in detailing. On this side he's got the Decepticon logo. And yeah, to transform him, he's actually fairly simple. Fairly nice, actually. Click it straight, rotate it, bring it down, go like this, stand him up, flip up his head, you gotta bring him up now, straighten out his arms, and pose back blade how you want. In this mode, you essentially just stud him up. Instead of having, he loses these guns, they're heel spurs now, but he gains knee-mounted guns in case he wants to win at quick draw. Even though all he has to do is move his hands forward, he's got guns on his arms. He's got the missile still. And if you really want to push it, I can try for the gut gimmick, maybe. No. In this mode, he has waist articulation due to the transformation, but it's useless because it's right next to the big spine piece. He's got forward and backward movement, which would be better if this wasn't here, because then it's full forward and backward, but because this thing is here, it stops it. Got a knee bend, and he's got his heel spur, which is the gun, can pivot down, so we can actually get some decent, like, bent poses. Like, that's him all bent up. His arms, he's got up and down on the wing bit, forward and backward, bend at the elbow. And his head sculpt's actually really, really good. Yeah, there's a nice clean look at the sculpt. But overall, he's a good toy, but he's not that good. Again, he's basic. He's a very basic figure. He is next to Clonus. They're about the same height. Tells you how the figures were crap, but they were still solid quality. I guarantee you I could throw this thing against the wall and he'd be fine. And another thing that actually really bothers me about this figure, aside from the accessories, which can easily be lost, this guy does something that I despise greatly. And when I actually saw this guy in the comics, it made me go, that's Astro Train. Because for whatever reason, when I saw him in one scene of the comics, it looked like Cyclonus could actually do something really nifty. And that thing turned into a train, and this guy can kind of do it. But he's a helicopter. But anyway, the rotor, for whatever reason, can come off. The arms, for whatever reason, can come off. And this, for whatever reason, again, can come off. Leaving you with this. Looks like something you'd find in a junkyard or at a thrift store. And this is the main content with this toy, finding it complete, because it's a good toy, this version anyway. Cyclonus, this is Cyclonus. This toy is not Cyclonus. This is a decent buzzsaw toy. And this sound is way better than the other thing. Anyway, yeah, like, this is how you'll find this guy most of the time if you're looking for him, because all these parts come off so easily. It's like not even an effort. Like, they could have made the rotor permanent. They could have molded this as one solid piece. They could have put bars in the arms to stop them from falling apart all the time. But they didn't. For whatever reason, they just didn't. And so, this guy actually has one more secret hidden mode. I stopped bumping the damn camera. Screw it. We can do a front leg. He's got a Gerwalk mode that actually looks really, really good. It's very GoBot-esque, this mode. It actually seems like this is something GoBots would do for a robot. But, yeah. If I were to give him a rating, which I think is how I'm going to do things, If I were to give him a rating, I'd give him a 6 out of 10. He's pretty good. Overall, very nice. Articulation's great for his time, seeing as how this is a Armada mold that was retooled slightly. But overall, yeah, 6 out of 10. The problems with falling apart, that's too much for me. And this unholy sound. It's just awful. He's a good toy. He was ruined. Well, not really ruined. He's still a good toy. It's just kids can get enjoyment out of this. Collectors, I would suggest not getting Cyclonus. If you're a masochist, get Cyclonus. But if you want a decent version of that mold that isn't Armada, get this one. This one's really good. The color scheme's nice. It's yellow and purple, green. It looks very nice. He stands out in Decepticons. He just stands out and goes through, and he actually looks very nice. And yeah, doesn't have many accessories, 2 missiles, and a key. Keys are easy to get. So yeah, pick them up if you want this toy. Pick this version up though. Don't pick the repaint up of Cyclone, the black and silver Cyclonus repaint for Energon, or the original Cyclonus. Just don't pick those up at all. Anyway, this has been me doing a video of Buzzsaw, and I guess I'm signing off.